Okay, are you guys ready for us to begin? Alright, so I'm Jacob Norton. These are my group members, Brady Thompson, Joey McNally, and Josh Benson. Today we are going to show you our geometric sculpture project. And please save your questions for the end. So, for our geometric sculpture project, we did the 3 pyramids. Our scale is, from the model to the actual, is 1 inch to 6 inches. And now to John. We'll be using stainless steel sheets and plates. The stainless steel that we're actually using is the most popular and economical, and it is easy to weld and cut and to form in machinery and property equipment. And we will use the sheets by 1x4 and 2x8. The cost we would get. We would get it from metalsdepot.com. It is $34.60 for 1x4 pieces, and we would need 6 total sheets, and that would equal $207.60. We would also need, for 2x8 pieces, for one 2x8 piece, it is $88.80. We would need 3 sheets of that, and that would equal $266.40. And the total for all of them would be $474. Alright, now to Brady.
We would use encasement to make, or to cut out the triangles, and that's where, if you have a shape like a rectangle here, we would cut out a triangle in the rectangle in order to make it. And we would need 6 sheets, like John said, of 1x4 and 3 sheets of 2x8. The surface area and the volume. The surface area for the model would be 4.625 square feet. So with our scale, 1 inch equals 6 inches. The surface area for the actual would be 26.25 square feet. And then for the volume for a model, it would be 6.062 cubic feet. So the volume for the actual would be 36.37 feet cubed. Now back to Jacob.
Now to Joey for the changes that we made.
Okay, some of the changes we made is we changed the scale so it wasn't as tall. We cut all the pieces in half. So the big pyramid, it was 9 feet, and then we cut it down to 4.5 feet. And the small pyramids, they were 6 feet, and now we changed it to 3 feet. We also got rid of the base, so we would just put the triangles into the ground. And we also moved it from the front of the entrance to the right next to the go-off belt. And then the meaning of the sculpture is designed as a symbol of character, and it goes with the students, both mentally and physically. And the right pyramids, they represent the 6 pillars of character: citizenship, trustworthiness, caring, respect, responsibility, and fairness. With the pyramids being tall and short, the sculpture will show how the school system has grown and how the students will grow and how the community will grow. Every time a student walks by or gets driven by the bell and sees the sculpture, they will be reminded of the changes they go through daily, and they add up to the end of the day, and how they change throughout their middle school years. Now back to you.
Alright, and that concludes our presentation today. Now we have a little bit of time for any questions that you guys might have.
How do you plan to fund your project?
With the money we have from Mr. Stack and Mr. Browning, that would be about $400. And we would get donations from each one of my family, and then our families, and from modern builders we would get.
We can get type of metal and paint for the project. My dad owns Modern Builders down in Janesville, and even some cement also. We forgot to put that in there.
Can you guys pull up your volume slide, your actual calculations, please? Right there. Did you guys, because it was a 1:6 ratio, 1:6 scale, did you guys say, okay, if I can compute the volume of the model, I'll just multiply it by 6?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Same with the surface area, because it's actually, the surface area in comparison would be 1:36,
Okay.
which is because you're using that unit in 2 dimensions, so that's why you square it, which you have here. I just don't think you calculated it there, and the same with the volume, it would be a 1:216 ratio,
Oh,
which is 6
okay.
feet. Okay, do you remember talking about that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What, you were talking about the base just a little bit ago, so
Yeah.
you took away the base, but what are we gonna use for a base?
We're not gonna have the big, base, we might have the base, like, each individual triangle would have its separate base.
And what are we thinking for that, any ideas? Yeah,
Just cement from modern builders.
so fasten it down to the ground,
Yeah.
Yeah.
make some pads and then fasten them to those pads? Okay.
Okay, go to Joey's last slide on the whole character thing. What I want you guys to understand is when you've got a bunch of text that you're gonna say,
Bullet.
don't put it up there, just put the keywords up there in
Okay.
bullets.
Okay.
Because your audience is either going to listen to what you're saying, or they're gonna tune you out and read what you're saying. They're not gonna do both.
Okay.
So the better way to do a slideshow like this is to say all of that, but just have the keywords come up like character, citizenship,
Okay.
walking past, driving past.
Okay.
Then my last question is, when you were talking about the metal cost, did you think about any of the fabrication costs? So the actual, the welding material or anything that would have to get done that way? Does that
No,
make
we did
sense?
not think of that.
Okay.
Is that all?
Nice job, guys.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
it. Nice work.
Setting the standard, raising the bar.